And we're all waiting for that moment when the three astronauts were either carried out of the spacecraft or they walk out of them by themselves. We still don't know whether the astronauts are just strong enough and have well adjusted to gravity.
As announced by Ms. Wu Ping, announcer of CMSEO, both will be a very normal situation.
Because we see similar scenes from Soyuz when the Russian cosmonauts landed, they were usually carried on the stretcher out of the craft.
That is correct, and it's it depends also on. I mean, it's very individual how you feel afterwards. Some take
you have to talk to the cosmonauts,
yes, of course,
and astronauts first.
Some of them can feel bad,
because they can stay in space for more than 100 days.
Yeah, we have on ESA's had together with the Russians. We've had some long duration flights. Those are up to 6 months. And there, of course, when you spend 6 months there, you have really difficulties when you come down again.
And it also depends on the individual astronaut.
Exactly.
Sometimes,
how you feel.
One person is just able enough to walk by.
Besides just reports, the third astronaut has also left his or her seat and remains in a natural position.
They have to unbuckle themselves and let free of the seats they are sitting on during the descent. There isn't much space inside the re-entry capsule.
Yeah.
You can imagine how difficult to maneuver inside such a small space.
Less than 3 cubic meters.
And 3 astronauts inside, including 1 female.
But it is bigger than the Soyuz re-entry capsule.
It's bigger than the Soyuz.
Yeah.
But there's still a very limited space in the cabin. So when they are trying to struggling gravity and struggling with some space, it's not so easy to get out. Entry module, under the help of the ground staff, Jing Haipeng is getting out. Yes, we have seen him. Captain Jing Haipeng is on the ground. He's helped to be seated because he still has some difficulty adapting to gravity, and hopefully making him more comfortable. He is carried by the ground staff. He looks well and in good spirit, and he's soon to be joined by 2 colleagues of his. Successfully did the manual docking with Tiangong-1. This is the first time China ever conducted a manual docking with a space vehicle, and is also a key step for the assembly of future space station. That's why we tested this mission, and manually docking is done by astronaut Liu Wang. Astronaut Liu Wang is also on the ground. But this is not the first time that Shenzhou has carried 3 astronauts at the same time.
Yes.
In Shenzhou-9, they have also conducted the same thing, and they even made the first EVA on that mission.
Of course. Mr. Zhai Zhigang, Mr. Liu Boming, and also our commander, Mr. Jing Haipeng,
yes,
in Shenzhou-9 mission.
and cosmonaut Jing Haifeng, the captain of this mission, also served in the Shenzhou-9 mission. Back then, China conducted the first EVA, another important milestone for space exploration. This is astronaut Liu Wang saluting the crowd, where she has been staying for 2 weeks, and also hopefully she will carry some good memory and nice pictures. Well, it's her feet out first. I think all the ground staff and also her families are saying, "Welcome home." Astronaut Liu Yang is on the ground. She's actually standing on the ground.
Yeah.
She looks pretty good after such a long journey in space. And now we have all the 3 astronauts retrieved and on the ground, and they're sitting together. And this is going to be a perfect photo op for all the press there. One thing that impresses all of us is that she smiles a lot.
Yes.
That's also one advantage of a woman astronaut.
Definitely.
Her good status also means that our countermeasures adopted in Tiangong-1 target vehicle is effective. For instance, the exercise bicycle and the penguin suit.
Yeah, they have some physical training and exercises on the Tiangong-1 space lab. That's basically to keep their muscles working.
Yeah, also prevent from loss of bones.
But because we know normally a person will lose 1% of their bone mass every month in space. So to do exercise in space can keep that loss to the minimum and also keep their muscles strong. The 3 astronauts, Liu Wang, Jing Haifeng, and Liu Yang, clapping their hands together, showing their solidarity and also the success of the mission. Well, they will undergo quarantine, I think, before they get back to the Space Center for recuperation for about several weeks.
They will drink some porridge and eat some lunch on the helicopter, and then transferred to another airplane from her house to Beijing.
Well, the ground staff is sending flowers to the astronauts as a token of thanks and also congratulating on their successful mission. Well, I don't know how they feel, because the flowers may weigh a lot than they think because of the gravity kicking in.
Sites reports, here comes the interview. This is with CCTV. Congratulations for coming back safely. First question go to Jing Haifeng. It's your second time in space, so we have fulfilled the first manned manual docking in the space. Now we can safely defend the country and people all across the country. Thank you for your concerns and caring. Thank you. Next, Liu Wang. First, how do you feel now? I feel in a good wear condition. Thank you. And I feel that it feels really good to feel the ground and to be back home. And third is Liu Yang. So how do you feel when living in the space? Liu says it's like a home in Tiangong, and I feel very happy and very proud of my country. Liu Wang, Liu Yang, and I are now giving a salute to China and Chinese people. The sides report. The three astronauts are in good condition, and now they will take care of the astronauts and also the re-entry module.
任务总指挥长、总装备部常万全部长宣布。
Now we have Mr. Chang Wenquan, the chief commander of manned space mission, to give us